Hello, my name is Mateo Gonzalez, and welcome to People in Perspective. Today joining me on the show is Diana Maldonado, Vice President of Telemundo News in Chicago. Welcome, Diana.
Thank you for having me.
Before I start asking you any questions, I would like to congratulate you on winning your Emmy in Crime Stories last night, December 5th.
Thank you so much. I mean, it's always an honor to be rewarded for a job well done. There were, many different stories that were submitted by different stations in the city and around our area. So just really proud of my team. So thank you.
Well, by no means is this your first Emmy. Pretty sure you've been in television business almost 25 years. So obviously, definitely not your first Emmy. But I would like to talk about your first Emmy for a second. How did it feel to win that first Emmy, to accomplish such a feat? Because it's not every day.
Yeah. So I think the news Emmys are sort of the standard in our industry. So to be awarded with the first one years ago was just an indication of something that was being done well, and just I think it served as motivation. I think you don't let those things really be the driving motivation by why you do why you do things in this business, but it's always nice to be rewarded, especially because it's always a team collaboration. So
yeah. So what exactly do you do at Telemundo?
So I'm currently the Vice President of News, and most people don't know what that means, so thank you for asking that question. So really what that means is that I am the leader of the department at all levels, from hiring people to formatting the shows to directing the content to being the deciding voice on standards and legalities. It also means bringing technology and innovation to what we do every day, as this business changes so much, as you guys know, in your generation, and so it keeps me on my toes. Never a day like the previous day. So certainly a rewarding, challenging position to have, a huge responsibility. Because you're serving an audience. This is not about making movies. This is real life, and news is a little bit more about what's going on in your area and in the world. So even though we do have light moments and we talk about other things other than serious news, there is a huge responsibility that comes with this job. But I worked my way up to having that job, so it sort of prepares you along the way.
Yeah. So. How did you get into TV? How did you know it was the career you wanted?
Well, thanks to one of my professors in college. I was, kind of veering off in a different direction, but not really feeling that I was passionate about those other things. And I took a speech class in my sophomore year of college, and the professor happened to be the TV professor, and she suggested that I take her broadcasting classes. And at first I was like, no, that's kind of, really risky business to go into. I have friends that, can't find a job after they went to school for this. But she convinced me, and I said, well, I'll give it a try. And once I took the first broadcasting class, I knew that was gonna be it, because it just really sparked a passion. And it's been, almost 25 years now, so.
Yeah. So why did you decide on Telemundo, obviously?
I started with Telemundo after being in the business for about 5 years. I took a job with the National Telemundo News Group down in Florida. And then I was with them for 8 years, and then I came to Chicago and had the opportunity a short while later to work with the local newscast here in Chicago. So, it's a great company. I've seen it grow. I've seen all the investments that have come, all the transition in all the years that I've been with Telemundo. And I'm really proud of how far we've come and the quality of the work that the entire team and the company puts together.
So, were there any major obstacles you had to overcome to get to your current position, like vice president, any presidents, just in general?
Yeah, I mean, I think with all things, there are challenges that you have to overcome, and they may be different for different people. For me, there were challenges as far as what do I need to get to excel? What do I need to get to get to where I want to go? I was very fortunate that I've had, really good mentors that have helped me along the way and that have, helped me through those challenges. I think that being a female in a leading role like that, it has been a challenge, but one that I am happy to say that, I've been, well coached to overcome. And to just really have people see you as a leader and not just a female leader.
Yeah. So in 2015, your team made Telemundo history by gaining the #1 spot in news at 10 p.m. How did that feel to, be a part of history, that history?
It goes back to the teamwork and how hard the team works. When I first joined the team here, we were pretty much in the last place in ranking in the city, and that's certainly no longer the case. And I think it's a testament to the investment that NBC Universal and Comcast have made to the company. It's a testament to the hard work that everybody on the team, from in front of the camera to behind the scenes, all of that work is really what gets you there, and really knowing who your audience is and how to serve them. And I think that has been the key to the greater part of the success that we've had as a team.
So veering away from television for a bit, I know you're a board member of the Puerto Rican Arts Alliance in Chicago. Obviously, what was your first experience with Puerto Rican Arts Alliance?
Well, I was very familiar with Puerto Rican Arts Alliance because of their work in the community, which has been a few decades long now. The station as a whole, NBC Chicago and Telemundo Chicago, have been longtime sponsors of the organization, so I was quite familiar with what they do in the community as far as bridging the gap, from with the new generation as far as culture and the Puerto Rican roots and music, and teaching kids in the community how to play the typical instruments from the island, and so and many other programs that they have, and so it was an easy fit for me to accept being a board member for the organization. But beyond that, I think it's just a way to pay it forward to the community. I've always been an advocate and very passionate about giving back. As people have done so many things for me over the years. So I felt that it was a different level of paying it forward, but I'm very proud to serve on the board and to continue to give back in some way to the community.
Well, thank you for joining me on the show, Diana. It's been a pleasure having you. My name is Mateo Gonzalez. This has been People in Perspective. See you next time.